So sitting real straight. Now, shoulders are all the way back and down. And I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to take your focus into the sound of the wave. And as you're listening to the sound of the wave, I want you to envision it rolling forward and rolling back. And just envisioning the wave moving one way and the other. And now slowly, I want you to move your breath to go with the wave. Inhaling one way and exhaling the other. Still watching the wave in your mind, moving forward and back, but taking the breath with you. And some waves feel longer than others. So those waves, you're going to actually extend your breath more than others. And I want you to keep that focused, but kind of like a light switch. You're going to switch now, and I want you to feel the breeze as it touches your skin. So your breath is still moving with the wave, but your awareness is on the breeze that comes by. And as you feel the breeze, you can just notice the intensity. If it's just a light breeze of air, or maybe it's a little bit stronger. And every once in a while, we all do this. We all think of different things that kind of cross our mind. And I want you to bring it back to the feeling of the breeze and the sound of the ocean. And it's okay to let the mind drift, but just bring it back. Notice that you've allowed your mind to drift, and then pull it right back into where it needs to be. So once again, like a light switch, we're going to keep the focus of the breath and the ocean wave. But now, I want you to really focus on what you smell. If you smell deep enough, you can actually smell the ocean. We have the mangrove. We have the seagrass. We have just the general wind. And then slowly bring your awareness fully into the sound of the wave. And in your mind's eye, you should be visualizing that wave rolling in and rolling out, going right along with the breath. And so I want to change your breathing pattern just a little bit. So you're going to take a little inventory of your body and kind of feel areas of tightness. And when you notice those areas, On the next exhalation that comes, exhale and allow that tight energy to leave your body. Still trying to hold yourself upright as best as possible. And go all the way through your body from head to toe. Deepening the breath. And allowing the sound of the wave to be the only sound you hear. That it's so loud that you hear nothing else. So I want you to bring your awareness back to the breeze and feel the breeze go by. And then I want you to change your hearing. And I want you to start to listen to the palms as they rustle through the wind. There's a couple of trucks that are going by, so let them just go by. And then take your awareness to really listening to the palms. And you might not hear it at once, but your goal is just to keep focusing. It's like you're peeling away the layers of sound, and you're taking yourself only to the breeze and to the leaves. And now slowly bring your awareness back to your breath. And we're going to take everything that you've been listening to out right now and only listen to the sound of your breath. And I want you to try to extend your breath. So on the next inhalation, slowly start to count and extend the breath as long as you can go. Count all the way through the inhalation. And then when you exhale, you're going to do the same thing. And start counting with number 1. Go all the way through. And on the next inhalation, you're going to do the same thing, but I want you to try to beat your score. So you're trying to extend and lengthen your breath more each time. Allow your shoulders to pull back and down. Your chest is up. Your chest rises with the breath. And then slowly bring yourself back to your regular breathing pattern. So keep focused with your regular breathing pattern and just listen for a quick second. I'm going to end up bringing you out of this. And I'd like you to take your notebook and write down the very first 5 things you think about. So you're going to slowly open your eyes and take your notebook. First 5 things. Even if it sounds like it's gibberish, even if it makes no sense. Here. If it's an idea, if it's a thought, whatever it is, don't put any judgment to it, just write it. Five things. Take a card. They're still writing. Okay, so we'll start right there. Will you read your card for us?
All right, so it says, I bless my home with love. I love into every corner, and my home lovingly responds with warmth and comfort. I am at peace.
Wait for them to go by.
The front or the back?
Whichever one you want to, whatever you feel.
Okay. This one. I now choose to free myself from all destructive fears and doubts.
Excellent. Yvette?
I release all criticism.
Okay, so what I'd like you to do next is we're going to journal a little bit. And I'm going to give you the first part of the sentence, and then you're just going to write from there. We'll write for a couple of minutes, and then we'll talk about some affirmations too. So this is going to be an amazing day because so there was a woman named Louise Hay from Hay House Publishing, and her whole thing was affirmations because she felt that you really needed to kick your day off and that we needed to give ourselves kudos. We can't depend on other people, right? So that's what affirmations are all about. So the next thing you're going to do is we're going to write down 3 affirmations. And so what is an affirmation? It's that thing that like sparks your day, the way you want your day to be, the way you feel about yourself, the way you want to feel about yourself, something positive to bring out the light in you. So I want you to write 3 of them. Kind of like what you read to me a little while ago, it's something similar. So I didn't really introduce myself when we began, so I will do that now. But I am Adita Lang, and I've been in health and wellness for 35 years or more. And with that said, one of my big things is biomechanics and movement. in addition to everything that we do. So one of the beauties about meditation is that we are actually able to shut off our brain and allow our unconscious to kind of make a statement, to decide what it wants us to do, you know, in a conscious world. So that is one of the beauties of being able to take a time out and focusing. Also, at the same time too, you actually give yourself a mental reset. So if you are in the middle of a project, for example, and you're really focused on this project, if you take your mind away from that for even a couple of minutes, and you totally focus on something else, a sound, a feeling, a sensation, then all of a sudden you take your brain away from that. Then when you come back to it, you actually think clearer, you can problem solve better, just things feel better, and you feel a little bit more energized as well. So that is a big key to all this. So when it comes to the movement aspect of it, one of the things that I see as a coach is that most people, they don't put a lot of emphasis into their posture. And so I want to talk about posture, and then from there we're going to go into muscles and working out and moving. And so with that said, posture is very important, because when you align yourself up, when you're really sitting up tall on your spine, you actually expand your lungs, you bring in more oxygen into the body, which then ends up circulating through your bloodstream and empowers the brain. So a lot happens there. But when we kind of sit hunched here, we close off our lungs, we don't breathe in as much, and we actually close off the highway of our body. And so the highway of your body is your spine. And you have all of these nerves that run along the two sides of your spine, and they can function fluidly and fast when you're sitting upright, but the minute you sink down, you end up just basically compressing them, and they don't move as fluidly as possible. So that's one of the biggest parts of it. The other part of it is we just think about shoulders. So we have two muscles in our body that stretch. One is called the rhomboids, it's in between our shoulder blades, and then the other is our abdominals. And when they stretch, they don't look as pretty. We don't look as pretty when we're here. We don't look as pretty if we just hang everything out, right? So we want to think about always keeping them back and pulling in from our abdominals to move. And at the same time, incorporating our breathing, because the more oxygen we pull into our body, guess what? We push it all the way through up into our brain, and more ideas flow, more things happen. So we want to really work on that as well. A lot of times we become rushed, and I think we are in a society these days where everything is faster, and so we do feel rushed. So they say that the average person only brings in 10% of the oxygen they should. And just think about yourself, and think about even just sitting here listening to me, you're just taking small breaths. You're not sitting there going, and taking these long breaths, right? So whenever we can take those long breaths, it's not something that we do all day long, but when we're driving in the car, or we're sitting, or we're just taking a time out to take that focus into extending the breath, is actually another muscle being trained, which is very important for us. So you always want to think of that too. Let's stand up. You can put your notebooks to the side. Now, because of our hurricane, we have a slight slope, which is going to make it even harder for us to work, but that's okay. We're going to go with it. So the first thing we're going to do is just kind of work on balance. So I want you to kind of figure out where your feet are and dig them in the right way. Pull your shoulders back and down, chest up, and you're going to take all of your weight onto your left leg. So you can leave one set of toes on the floor, or you can pull that foot up. Now, I want you to stare out into the ocean, trying not to stare at a moving wave, stare at just the sky in general. And feel where your body is. So pull your shoulders back, pull your abdominals in, use your toes, grip them into the ground. Now that leg that's up, I want you to aim it all the way back so you land on your toes. Way back there into the sand. Still looking forward. Yvette, move your foot back more. There. Okay, so we're going to bend both knees. Now, think chest up, sit up, then straighten, and come back down again, keeping the back foot on the toe and trying to keep the front knee right over the ankle, right on top of the ankle. Abdominals are in tight. We're going to go one more time. Now hold up, drop your back heel, take a deep breath, and from your hips, you're going to reach yourself forward. Now if you need to bend your front knee a little bit. Abdominals are nice and tight. Look down towards the floor. I want you to pull in your abdominals and use those abdominals to pull you right back up. Okay, deep breath. And if you need to bend the knee, bend the knee. And just from your hips is where you're bending. You're bending from your hips and you're aiming down. Abdominals are very tight. Look down to the floor and pull yourself right back up. Abdominals tight. And bring your feet together again. So we're going to lift up the other leg. Find your spot. Shoulders are back. Abs are in tight. Pull that leg up. Feel where your body is. Kind of feel the areas that feel like they're not stable, so try to stabilize them. Go one step at a time in your body. Taking deep breaths. And now stepping the leg back onto the toes. We're going to bend both knees. Chest is up, shoulders are back. And pull yourself up. And again, bend both knees. And up one more time. Coming down and hold. And come up, push the heel down. And slowly bring yourself down from your hips. Abdominals are in very tight. Bend that front knee if you need to and look down towards the floor. Deep breath. Abdominals in. Exhale, come back up. Chest is tall, shoulders are back. Deep breath. And exhale, come down. And hold. And pull yourself back up. And come back to center. And just take those shoulders, roll them up, back, and around. All the way up and around. One more time. And hold the shoulders down, both arms up. And you're going to squeeze your shoulder blades back and together. And then slowly let that go. And squeeze your shoulders back and together. And let that go. And squeeze back and together. And let go. One more. Squeeze back and together. And now keep the shoulder blades really tight back there and open the arms out wide as far as they can go. All the way back. And release forward. Squeeze the shoulders back and then open those arms out wide, 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 wide. And release. And bring that down. So let's come back down to the floor. And you're going to situate yourself on all fours, on hands and knees. I have to flatten sand. And just from here, round your back under, and then flatten it out and press the tailbone back. And once again, round under, and press the tailbone back. One more time, round under. Press the tailbone back, and take your toes, dig them in, and press back through the toes. Pressing back through your fingertips, taking a big deep breath, and exhale. One more time. And press yourself down. So here's what I want you to do. I know we're kind of sloped, so I want you to try to position yourself where you feel as even as possible on all 4 points. All right? We're going to take our left leg out and our right arm forward, and you're looking down at the floor. Look down to the sand. Now you'll feel yourself wiggling around, so I want you to pull in your abdominals, try not to wiggle, and you're going to lift and lower the arm and leg about an inch, up and down together, and going slow enough that the body's not wiggling around. Use your breathing. Inhale and exhale. One more time. And then bring that down, and we're going to do the same thing with the other side. So first, try to situate yourself where you're steady as possible. Looking at the floor. Look down. Abdominals are in tight. And once you feel like you have that steadiness, then you're going to lift and lower about an inch. Take your time. One more. And bring yourself down. Separate your knees and sit all the way back. And we're going to flip over onto our backs. So same thing, move that sand around so you feel like you're kind of balanced. Hands go right behind the head. And you're going to hold your head up a couple of inches off the ground. And I want you to focus on your ribs, so tighten up right from the very center. Hands are behind the head. And we're just going to do a basic crunch. So you're just going to crunch up like you normally would if you were doing a crunch. But now as you're crunching, I want you to listen just a little bit. So think about squeezing your rib cage in tight, and that is what pulls you up off the ground. And then exhale as you come up and inhale as you go down. Use the breathing. Full inhale, full exhale. One more time. And bring your head down. Extend one leg, pull one knee into the chest. You're going to take the same arm as the knee and bring that out to the side, and then take the knee across the body. And then come back to center and switch legs. And the same thing, same arm, same knee, and then pull the knee across the body. And come back to center and just pull the knees in towards the chest. And we're going to come back up to seated. Get rid of the sand so you don't get on your face. And take both legs straight out. So sitting up nice and tall. And think from the tip of your head all the way to your tailbone so that you move from your hips forward and pull your toes back towards you. And then you'll feel that as a full stretch underneath your hamstring. So tip forward from the hips, keeping the chest up, the tailbone back. And now you're going to take the left arm to the right leg and the right arm all the way back. Chest is up tall, abs are in tight. And let that side go and do the same thing with the other side, holding on and pulling back. And come center both feet together. Deep breath. And exhale and press forward. And then bring yourself here. We're going to hold on to one leg, and the goal is to keep yourself as tall as you can. And your other leg is going to go slow, and it's going to pull the knee in towards the chest, and then straight out, and feel your quadricep tighten up. And pull in, and press out without letting your back lean backwards. So sitting up very straight, pulling in the abdominals, and think about tracking the knee in a nice straight line towards you and away. One more time. And switch legs, the other side. Pull yourself up tall, pull the knee straight in and press out. Use the abdominals, chest is up tall. One more. And bring both feet forward and just hinge forward from the hips and hold, pull the toes back. And now slowly cross one foot on the knee and pull yourself forward again. You're going to drop your forearm on your ankle and the other arm is going to come up and back. There we go. And now bring yourself down, pull the knee up, and then twist all the way over. Yeah, that way. And release the other side. Same thing. So you're going to cross over first and just hinge forward. Allow the ankle, the forearm to rest on the ankle and pull the arm up and back. And then bring the knee up and twist to the back. And come back to the center. Just crossing your legs, taking both hands behind the head and taking that upper body and twisting as far as you can. Think about pulling the back elbow back as far as it goes. And then turn yourself the other way and pull the back elbow back. And come center, deep breath. And exhale, chin to chest. And bring yourself up, taking both hands right in the center. Interlacing the hands, bringing them forward as far as you can. And release, just stretching out. Think about stretching out your hands. So allow those fingers to stretch. One more time, big deep breath. And exhale, press forward. And now pull those arms up and back. And inhale, and as you exhale, round your lower back behind you. Let your shoulders pull all the way forward. It's almost as if your body's over a ball. And now take your spine, sit up very straight, and pull your shoulders back. And again, deep breath up. And exhale, bring yourself round, pull in the abdominals, allow your lower back to sink backwards. And now take your spine, sit up very straight, and pull your shoulders back. And let your arms go. So taking your fingertips together and pressing them down and hold. You'll feel that right along your forearms. And release. And again, press down and hold. And release, taking one arm across the chest and pressing this arm in. So as you pull the arm in, push the shoulder down all at the same time. So now we have that arm here. I want you to take your ear to your shoulder, moving away from this shoulder. And come up and switch sides. First, pull the arm over. And then stretch the ear down. And release. So sitting up as best as possible, holding one leg, we're going to grab onto this leg right from underneath. And I want you to think about lifting your chest up very high, flex your foot, and try to get the leg straight, and then bend. Holding that thigh against you as close as you can, and try to get the leg straight, and then come down. One more time. Press that heel up, and release. And the other side, same thing, pulling that knee in, deep breath, And exhale and press. And release. Chest stays up. Spine stays long. Extend through the heel. Release one more time. Press up and up. And release, and bring your feet back into a butterfly and stretch forward.